know. Your mind is blown. So is mine. This list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. After we left the Oval Office, he showed me the little room off the office, you know, the one where Clinton used to. The guy I met is not the person who the night before the dinner shit-tweeted a bunch of nasty crap about how he thought this dinner was a bad idea and what a deranged asshole I was. I read it and thought, oh, what a lovely way to welcome someone to your house.
Hold up, did Bill Maher really have dinner with Donald Trump? You're not dreaming. The king of political roasting walked right into Trump's private dining room. And Melania's reaction? Straight out of a soap opera. But here's the wild. Part bill came with actual receipts, literally, and what he did with them. Trump ended up signing off on his own insults. This wasn't just a dinner. It felt like a psychological documentary in the making. Let's break it all down.
Left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. There's 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did.
No, I don't always agree what my husband is saying or doing.
Let's talk about the dinner no one saw coming. Bill Maher, yes. The same guy who spent years roasting Trump on late-night TV suddenly sits down to share a meal with him. That's like Gordon Ramsay teaming up with someone who microwaves fish in a hotel room. So why would Maher, who once called Trump a used car salesman with a spray tan, agree to sit at his table? According to Bill, it wasn't about ego or ratings. It was about curiosity. He said he didn't want to stay trapped in the liberal bubble. In his own words, I wanted to see the beast in its natural habitat. And what better place than Trump Tower itself? Picture it. Marble floors, gold-plated walls, chandeliers that look like they've heard a few too many hush-hush stories. And in the center of it all, Bill Maher, sitting calmly while Trump goes off about everything from crowd sizes to Hillary's emails. It felt less like a dinner and more like David Attenborough narrating a wild documentary. Except the animal is obsessed with Twitter and old grudges.
Trump has a new book out that she's promoting with video. Stupid press thinks this was all a plot to help Trump with suburban work. I don't think.
Melania Trump's reaction to Bill Maher's visit was downright frosty. According to Maher, she didn't bother hiding her discomfort throughout the dinner, and honestly, who could blame her? She sat there in silence while one of her husband's most vocal critics shared a meal with him. At one point, she even threw in a snarky remark, saying she doesn't always agree with what her husband says or does. The tension at that table? You could cut it with a knife.
I don't always agree what my husband is saying or doing, and that
was one of those moments where the tension was thick, even without a word being spoken. Melania's body language said everything: awkward glances, forced smiles, and a vibe that clearly screamed, "Why is he even here?" You didn't need subtitles to know she wasn't thrilled.
In a different space now than you were 8 years ago?
I feel I was always me the first time as well. I just feel that people didn't accept me, maybe. They didn't understand me the way maybe. But I'm standing on my own 2 feet, independent. I have my own thoughts.
This is where things went from awkward to unforgettable. Bill Maher showed up to dinner fully prepared with a printed list of nearly 60 insults Trump had thrown at him over the years. We're talking names like low life, stone cold dumb guy, and fired like a dog. Instead of getting upset, Bill handed Trump the list and asked him to sign it. And Trump actually did. It was bold, sarcastic, and classic Maher. But this dinner wasn't just a stunt. It exposed how quickly people jumped to outrage. Bill didn't praise Trump, he just sat down with him. Yet the internet exploded, calling him a traitor or a sellout. The truth is, Bill didn't change. He's always been someone who's willing to talk, even with people he disagrees with. That dinner reminded us how allergic our culture has become to open conversation. People want drama, not dialogue. But Bill chose to face it head-on, and that, in itself, said more than any tweet ever could. Would you like me to continue in this shorter, sharper style?
You're scaring people. Do you really want to be scaring your own citizens so much? And I know now you're all saying, and what did he say to that? Honestly, I don't remember. But it wasn't, okay, I'll stop.
What's the real takeaway from all this? Bill Maher didn't sit down with Trump to make peace or seek approval. He did it to show that you can have a conversation, even with someone you strongly disagree with, without changing who you are. He didn't flatter Trump. He didn't hold back. And he didn't switch sides. While the internet exploded over one dinner, Bill stayed cool, focused, and true to his values. That's the real story here. In a time when everyone's yelling past each other, sometimes the boldest thing you can do is sit down, stay calm, and actually listen. Love him or not, Maher reminded us that staying composed in the middle of chaos is the ultimate power move. And let's be honest, he's far from done. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more sharp takes on politics and pop culture, and tap the bell so you never miss what's coming next. This is just the beginning.